Hey everybody, I am on for the midweek message reveal for August 10th. Okay, so we have energetically huge stuff happening per usual, but the main thing here is the full moon in Aquarius, full super moon in Aquarius that we have happening somewhat tonight, mostly tomorrow into Friday. Lots of shifts, and Aquarian energy is all about taking structures and breaking them down. So if things are changing for you, if you're finding that you're trying to do something one way and it's just not working, and you're having to be ingenuitive, or you're having to redirect, or maybe you're thinking about maybe doing something a different way, you're probably experiencing some of this. So with full moons, we're looking to release. So we're looking to release the structures that bind us. We're looking to release the constraints in which we put ourselves, the boxes, the structures that tell us who and what we are and how we act and what we do. And those can actually be in relationship too. So this may be something that you're experiencing with one another. It may be something that you're experiencing in the workplace. It may be something that you're experiencing in a friend group. So if that's shifting here, just be aware that everyone's dealing with this too. And perceptions are different. And it was kind of something we talked about last week. So what you think is happening and what you're seeing isn't necessarily what someone else is seeing. And that's something that we need to take into consideration. And Aquarian energy sees all of that and wants to knock it down. So, okay, so let's get into the cards. Going to jump in here. This is a new deck. So yeah. Okay, so if you chose one, look at this lady. Hey. This is rising up. This is an 11, which is a master builder number. This also is a 2. So this is a hey, everything's going to be okay, but some of the issues here is that you're kind of feeling your feelings, or trying to, and this may not be something that's super easy. I'm really drawn to the red in the hair amongst all of the black and white, the light and shadow. So to me, this really connects to the root, connects to a sense of safety, of primal fear even. You may be experiencing issues with your own personal power, and you're feeling like you're able to take care of things. And it puts you in kind of a shaky ground. And some of this has to do with the ways in which you're processing emotionally or not processing emotionally. This is a call for you to feel your feelings. This is a call for you to kind of step into what's happening around you and to you and feel it and release. So with the moon, this is a great opportunity for you to make the best of the situation here, especially when we're just talking about the breaking down of structures. These are structures that you've created within yourself. These are things that you've been conditioned to believe. These could be limiting beliefs, or even generational stuff that has come down the family line, has come down in a biological sense, and is trapped in the DNA. This is also recognizing the duality that we all have, the light and the shadow, that when things are great, they're great, and when things are bad, they're bad, but you don't know what's great or bad until you experience their opposites. So take a moment to kind of give yourself some space around how you're feeling feelings. And you can even get into an act of journaling, or maybe even creating some sort of ritual that will allow you to release. For full moons, I think it's great to write down your intentions. And I like to start with I release and let go for full moons. And then I invite in. So this is the things that I want to get rid of. These are the things that I would like in its place. And now granted, with new moons is when we're looking to bring things in to manifest them. But this kind of says, I don't want this, I want that. I don't want this any longer. I would like something more like this. So try that out. See if that's something that works for you. Shower meditation would also be great too. Getting a lot of kind of stuff that's kind of going up into the ears. So there's going to be some tension here with one. This is kind of a recalibrating that's happening as well, but a lot in the heart space expanding. So really kind of tap in, see how you're feeling, and acknowledge what you're feeling. Most of the time when you're experiencing something that's difficult, a lot of the heaviness and the slog of it is stuck in the fact that you're not expressing what you're feeling and kind of holding onto it and holding back. Unfortunately, the way the universe works is that you'll get forced rather than at a time that may not be as convenient for you as it is now. So maybe take note. All right, moving on to 2. 2, Universal Mother. Check her out. Okay, so this is an 18, which is a 9. There's something here that's going on too that you have not completed yet, but you're really aware of it. You're aware because you have eyes on it, and I'm really drawn here to the eagle in the headdress. She also kind of has this kind of, I'm getting kind of Cobra Commander. I know it's really random, but there's like a sneakiness that's kind of happening here. And this may be feelings that you're having towards difficulties with the presentation of the female form, with the feminine energy in general, which regardless of your gender or how you identify, we both have both masculine and feminine energies, and we're looking to seek balance there. There's something that's kind of blocking here, and I'm getting a lot in the back of the neck that's kind of moving down into the right of the side of the body, down the right arm. So there's action that needs to be taken, but there's burdening that has happened here. You're carrying a lot of things that you don't need to, and through this carrying, you're literally kind of putting yourself off center. And that's where nurturing and some mothering needs to come in. So where can you allow yourself some energy that will allow you to fill your cup? I know we talk about filling the cup all the time, but this is a moment where it's going to serve you the best. And filling your cup fills others. You can't give if you don't have. And this seems to be something that has been forgotten here. I'm really drawn to the hands, especially her fingers and the way that she's holding. It's almost like there's something that you're holding on to that you know what this is if it pings you. It's something that isn't said or finished that needs to be wrapped up in order for you to move forward. And this moving forward has to do with a friend group or a group of others, maybe even in a social situation, maybe in a, I want to say like a club. Maybe it's more like somehow there's a gathering. And this may have something to do with someone who isn't on the same page as you. And that is frustrating and kind of triggering. And there's a concern about rocking the boat. So pay attention to the perspectives. And I feel like this is going across the board here. Your perception and someone else's perception are different. And when you are met with someone who is hostile or uppity or seems like they're kind of poking or teasing or something like that, remember that is something that they are experiencing, that you have the opportunity to choose how you react. Try not to take things so personally. Really spend some time loving on yourself here. Give yourself bubble baths or chocolate or French fries. That's what I would do. Okay. All right, so thank you there too. Moving on to 3. Oh, so angelic. Okay, so 3 cycles of life. This is a 4. And it makes sense too because 4 is an angelic number, I'm speaking too quickly here, of your guardian angels. Really drawn to the moons here. So this is something that's happening all the way through. We have the moon cycle, not surprised. I'm also drawn to the bare chest, and she has like some pixelation that's happening here in the chest that I'm really drawn to. Colors of the yellow bringing in the solar plexus, but really there's a heart expansion that's happening here. And this happens across the board with everybody. But what's happening here for 4 is that you are being invited to kind of lay some things down. You've been through a lot. There are cycles, there are cyclical things that are happening. And it doesn't feel like you're catching a break. And it feels almost like you're being judged in a sense, or there's a feeling of, I'm hearing like conspicuousness. I'm hearing out on a limb, lost. So a feeling of not being a part of things. Maybe there's some disassociation that's happening where you're kind of out of your body. You're not necessarily paying attention to what's happening. Or I'm also getting something along the lines of procrastination. There are things that need to be completed that just aren't happening because the motivation isn't there. And that has to do with kind of the squeeze that you're in. And when you talk about cycles, you know, life works in a circle and you experience a lesson in a circle. But if you want to deepen that lesson and learn from it, then you move up on the spiral and it has like another layer to it. So you're in the process of moving from one cycle to the next, and you've kind of come through another one, so it doesn't feel like you've had a break. This is coming. This is going to be something that if you're a fixed sign, and this goes across the board, fixed signs would be Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. There's going to be some big squeezes because of the transits that are happening. And this is something that'll go on until the end of September, October-ish. But that doesn't mean that you can't work with the energy as long as you kind of give yourself the heads up that's coming through here. So follow the guidance because you are getting nudged. I'm getting a lot, like my ear is like super red. So when that happens, when that's going on, and especially it's like burning right now, clairaudience is happening. You may be hearing things, you may be experiencing a deepening almost, or like water in the ear, or even like an echoing. It's kind of moving into the jaw, kind of TMJ that moves down the left side into like the lymph nodes of the neck. So there's a flushing that's happening. There's a detoxification that's happening. And it really has to do with the fact that you've really been squeezed to a point of exhaustion. So take some time for yourself, acknowledge what you've been through, and know that you can lean back on your guides and your team and yourself, your higher self, and you can ask to offload that. That's for anybody at any time. If you get to a point where you're feeling too anxious, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling any feeling that feels too big or any situation that feels too huge, you can ask for it to be offloaded. Say, higher self, please, can you please take this for me? I can't carry this right now. And if you're going to give it back to me, can you give it in a way that is gentler or something that is at a time that works out better for me because I'm overloaded? Ask for what you need. You'd be surprised how it shows up, and you'd be surprised how the pressure can let off. I'm kind of feeling like a lifting here of my arms. And that just feels like a nice release, an expansion here and a movement into the chest. So just lots of big heart energy that's coming through. Really work on the moon, everyone. You really can do a lot with this time. And the energy being the last super full moon of the year is super potent. So if your animals are acting weird, if people around you are acting weird, if technology is off, that's all part of this. So don't take it personally. Try to have patience with yourself and with others because everyone is experiencing this, and know that you just kind of have to wait this one out as we do. Okay. All right. So those are the messages this week. And apparently I'm having a hard time talking, but let's see. If you're interested in reading with me, feel free to reach out at my link. Would love to hear how this resonates with you. And if you find that, this is something that somebody else would like, please feel free to tag them or share this. That would be really awesome. It would help me grow. And I do appreciate all of your feedback and your support. All right. So have an awesome week, and I will check y'all later. All right. Peace. Bye.